U.S. President Donald Trump doubled down today on his assertion that America doesn't need Canadian fossil fuels, cars, or lumber. Trump is also rolling back plans to ramp up support for more electric vehicles in the U.S. and wants to increase American energy production. The plans come as Canada heavily invests in EV production. Jason Guidola digs into what all this means for Canadian workers and the economy.
We don't need them to make our cars, and they make a lot of them. We don't need their lumber because we have our own forests, et cetera, et cetera. We don't need their oil and gas. We have more than anybody.
U.S. President Donald Trump echoed his tariff threats on a global stage today.
We have a tremendous deficit with Canada. We're not going to have that anymore. We can't do it. I don't know if it's good for them.
Appearing on video addressing the World Economic Forum in Davos, the freshly inaugurated Trump told world leaders to invest in America and also proposed a U.S.-Canada merger again if Ottawa wants to avoid the 25% levies that may come on February 1st.
Because we don't want this, but we will respond if necessary. And two, prices for American consumers on just about everything will go up, and we don't think he wants that.
And we're talking about $3.6 billion in daily cross-border trade, 3.7 million jobs supported by exports and investments. So it's a trade relationship. It's a historic partnership that we can't really afford to disrupt.
While Trump grumbles, Canada is the primary supplier for oil, gas, and minerals to the United States.
If he wants to win like never before, he should be working on growing our trading relationship to create more jobs for businesses in the U.S. and Canada.
Meanwhile, the president's sweeping day one executive orders included the end to Joe Biden's policies promoting electric vehicles.
Canada has made huge investments into factories that would make electric vehicles and their parts. If Trump is scrapping that, that's going to be a huge impact.
Trump's order seeks to end U.S. legislation on federal EV supports like the buyer's tax credit and loans for automakers. But it needs congressional approval, and it may take a long time to reverse.
Whether President Trump forces any kind of changes to the legislation that's in place at this time or not, we honestly don't see it having a significant impact because there's just so much momentum behind the industry right now.
EV manufacturing advocates say demand to buy electric is trending upward, but acknowledge that investments in EV parts production, like batteries, could feel the pain for now.
But yeah, there is some risk of losing jobs to the U.S. If manufacturing, is not making sense in Ontario, particularly. How that's going to play out, that's going to be a difficult one to see any real significant change over the next couple of years because auto manufacturers work on 3 to 5 year timelines.
In front of reporters today, Premier Doug Ford called Trump's comments disappointing and reiterated his belief that both countries should form a powerful strategy together and that other U.S. officials agree with him. He says he will have more meetings in Washington, D.C. next month.